All right. It's time for race number 2 of the season. Will, are you ready?
Hello.
We
I'm,
are here for race number 2 at Myrtle Beach. How do you think tonight's going to go, Will?
I think it's going to be a very exciting race. We saw how last race went, and man, that got pretty exciting, especially towards the end there.
For sure. And one thing that I do want to point out, Justin Fuller, top of the charts right now, but everyone's pretty close together for the most part time-wise. Literally, the top 5 are all within half a tenth of each other.
It's looking just like the other race went. I mean, around practice time here, everyone was about 5 tenth or a tenth within each other. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to expect when we saw some great racing last weekend. Let me just turn on the flip counter for today. And flips during practice do not count. I've already seen 3 or 4. And
At least.
once, yeah, at the least. So once we get going, heats in the actual race, then we'll start counting any flips that happen during a nice race. So, I mean, who do you think we're going to have to look out for tonight?
I mean, obviously, we need to look out for Brian Macklin and Brian Hacker, but I must tell you, Justin Fuller being up at the top for for practice, that's kind of shocking. I mean, compared to how last race went, he didn't have a good start at the beginning, and then he started to show up there towards the end, but just did not have the speed to get up there. So I'd look for the top three in practice right now.
And we also have Chuck Sweeting and two-time defending series champion Mike Kelly rounding out the top 5 in um, time right now. And Fuller won the 2 of the 3 short track races last season. So that'll be interesting to see what happens through this season because most all of the races are short tracks.
I'd also like to mention how Justin Fuller and Brian Macklin, they have the exact same practice time.
Oh wow.
That's wow.
And Macklin, Hacker, Falkingham, Fuller, and Kelly are all within 4 points of each other because that's how there's no longer a halfway points bonus point system like we had last season. That's definitely gonna take away from. Let's go ahead and switch cameras here so we have someone who's actually out on track. But I mean, this season's gonna be totally different the way they race, in my opinion.
Oh, we saw it last week. I mean, they're going to push hard through the heat races to get that starting position,
Yeah,
and then they're going to keep it calm for the first half of the race, and then it's really going to pick up.
and usually we'd start to see a little. They start kind of pushing a bit towards the halfway mark because you would get 10 to 1 bonus point, and that would really help you. As we saw, Kelly was able to lock up his championship pretty early on if they didn't have to do a full points reset there.
And I mean, that's probably going to change up the strategy for Kelly this year if he wants to get that third championship, because there is no halfway points. You need to worry mostly about your finishing position. And
Yeah,
it's going to really show off the drivers who are there at the end now versus who gets those halfway points.
yeah. And speaking of Mike Kelly, he is running a different paint scheme here tonight than what
Cool looking
he
paint scheme.
usually runs, based off of Larson's 2021 Valvoline car he ran at Nashville and a few other races, I think.
It's a good looking scheme, let me tell you.
That is definitely true. And so far, by the looks of it, I think we are going to have 3 heat races here tonight. Because I think we
That's
have
what.
about the same we had last week, right? 23?
Yeah, roundabout. I think it was three.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if any drivers can maybe get a second heat win. Last week's heat winners were Macklin, Hacker, and Kelly, if I remember correctly.
I believe you're correct.
Oh, Tyler Dalton is in the session now. And Joel Phillips in the 78, this guy has almost run as many laps as the race length, which is 120 laps. And he has run 105.
Imagine that. Imagine putting the same amount of laps for just practice
Yeah,
as the actual race.
that just goes to show
That's
you
determination.
that this guy wants to do good. He wants to win. Let's see what he can do in that number 78 machine here tonight. John Fowler, 48, 8th fastest right now, 10th and a half off of Hacker's time, who is now top of the charts. I didn't even notice he did that. I don't know when he set that lap. Had to have been
I don't know.
recently. And
If Tommy Ryan in the 99 there in sixth position for practice time.
because we might be having some issues on the stream here. We might be okay. Not sure though. Macklin, third fastest. So if they qualify like this, then the top three will all be in different heats. So we'll have to see how the heat racing goes. We have just about 4 minutes left of practice. Should we go ahead and see if we can drag someone up here?
Sure.
Let's see. Anyone in particular that you want to talk to?
Oh, I don't have a prejudice.
Don't think that's the right word, but hey, we'll go with it.
I think it's the right word.
Where's Chuck Sweeting at? Don't see him in here.
Brian Hacker, sorry, to the top of the chart for practice times with an 18.477.
That happened a while ago.
I just now saw it. Don't be mean to me.
All right, let's go ahead and talk to Brian here. Hey, Brian Macklin, Sean, and William up in the booth with VRN. You got us?
Yeah, what's up, man?
All right, now you're third quickest in the 030 machine. How's that FedEx Toyota feeling so far tonight?
It's feeling pretty good. It's a little loose on cold tires, but once you get some heat in them, then it starts to drive pretty good. Some pretty stout competition. Brian's going to be fast again. Fuller's going to be pretty quick, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I think track position is going to be key, just like it was last week.
So what are your expectations going into the heat races? Are you going to try your best to win it? Or are you going to kind of hang back?
It's mostly going to depend on how well I qualify. If I qualify on pole like I did last week and I have the opportunity to start on the pole for the feature, I'm going to go out there and try to win it. I mean, obviously, again, I think track position is the most important thing that you can have at this point. So even if you don't necessarily start on the pole, if you can go out there and win whatever heat you're in, that puts you a little bit closer to the front and makes it a little bit easier on you. So probably go out there and race pretty hard.
All right, well, got anything?
So, as we saw last race, you were pretty dominant throughout the entire race. What is your long-term plan when it comes to tonight?
Try to get the lead and then hang on to it. It's so hard because you don't want to overdrive the car and burn up the tires because you only have the one set that you start the race with. But when you've got guys like Brian and Fuller behind you that are going to be really fast, you've got to push it to a certain extent because you don't want to give them the lead because then you give them the opportunity to control the race. So it's just a pretty tough balance that you have to try to figure out as the race goes on.
All right, well, Sean, you got anything?
Nope. Brian, good luck in the heat racing and the race here tonight. Got a minute left. Practice. We'll let you go. Good luck, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Always nice talking to Brian.
All right. Practice is just about over. Qualifying is just about to start. Who's your pick to get the pole here tonight?
I'm gonna have to go with Brian Hacker. He showed a ton of speed last week. I think compared to his practice right now, I think he knows what he wants, and I think he's gonna push for the pole.
I'm going to pick Justin Fuller to get the pole here tonight. I know what he's capable of doing on the short tracks. He can really outrun some of these drivers, but we'll see what happens here. But definitely your top 5 are really top 6, top 7, I want to say, at the most, are your drivers who have a big chance of winning the race here tonight at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Qualifying coming up. We'll just take a quick break before then. All right, Justin Fuller, one of the first drivers out on track. Let's see what he can do in his number 51 machine. JC Windsor, the 94. You can't miss out. Well, you can't miss this machine. It's so bright. It's a highlighter. Definitely one that stands out. There was another lime green car last week I saw. I can't remember who was driving it, though. Tyler Dalton making his series return. It's always great to have him back in the league, you know. Fuller top of the charts. Kelly about half a tenth off. And Tommy Ryan's going to go second. Now where is Macklin and Hacker? Macklin's not out. Hacker isn't out yet. For Scott on his first lap here. Trying to make this one count. Tommy Ryan up to second. Chuck Sweeting third. A lot of action going on so far, and this is only qualifying.
This is just making me more excited for the heat races. I mean, look at who we've got up front. It's currently, even though Hacker and Macklin are not out yet, it's looking pretty exciting because we have some different people who are running up front right now.
New wrap on the 14 of Joey Gattina there. Sweet looking paint scheme for him. Let's see, Jimmy Coleman coming around to complete his first lap. And that'll place him second. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that, honestly. Alright, Macklin's out on track now.
This is very, very exciting. I wonder where Macklin and Hacker are going to place in this.
Hacker is still not on track with about 2.5 minutes left to qualify. Hacker's coming out now. And this will be Macklin's first lap of 2. Little wiggle out of 4. And good enough for 8th. Not the best lap for Brian Macklin there. And Hacker starting his first timed lap. And trying to better his lap time. Up to 4th, a slight improvement for him, but not the best qualifying run for Macklin.
That's about 2/10 off his fastest practice time.
Hacker is up to 20th on his first lap. Not a good first lap, but I think he was kind of holding back a bit, trying to warm up those tires, have more grip. And out of turn 4 on his second lap. Second again.
Second place. Look at that.
By 2/10. So Coleman, Fuller, and Hacker will lead the heat races to the green flag. Michael Muncy may have a shot at breaking that, though.
I like what I'm seeing. Hacker second place again. I wonder if he's going to be able to get that run off of Fuller and take that lead.
We will see. Muncy coming around to complete his first lap. He has enough time to do a full qualifying run here. First lap, 14th. 40 seconds left of qualifying. Can Muncy break up the top 3? become a pole sitter in the heat races out of turn number 4. He's sideways, making contact. That's going to invalidate his lap. Hard hit into the inside wall.
Ouch, that's not what you want at all.
Nope, he's going to start 14th. I don't know where that is in his heat. I'll be like 5th. Yeah, I want to say that'll be 5th place in heat 2. If I did the math correctly. Alright, 10 laps for heat number 1. Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, Mike Kelly, Tyler Dolan, Al Smith Jr., Glenn Campbell, Forrest Scott, and John Mustaine Jr. will be your drivers in this one. Who's your pick to
I'm
win?
pretty out of this. I'm gonna go on a whim and say that Mike Kelly is gonna manage to take the win here and maybe get that pole position.
I would be something different. I'm going to go with... Oh, we got some... I don't know. Glenn Campbell had 1 win last season. I'm going to go with Tommy Ryan.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I was thinking about going with Fuller, but I picked him to get the pole, so I'm not going to pick the same person twice. But all 3 of these cars, they're going to be fast and competitive, and even Tyler Dalton as well. We know he has in the past been very fast anywhere he goes.
And I mean, again, like we said last week, I mean, there's going to be some people who are going to really succeed at this fully short track layout for the schedule, and there's going to be some that you just won't see do very well here. But I mean, we're clearly seeing that some people, even though last race, some of these people that we saw, they started in the back, and now they're up here fighting for the pole position. I mean,
the 51 had said that this track is not his best. Or, that South Boston... Wait, so I don't know who it was now. It's been so long. Pace car pulling off of the speedway. Getting ready for the first green flag of probably many here tonight. Justin Fuller's going to lead the field to the green flag in heat number 1. Green flag is out. We are racing at Myrtle Beach.
oh man, they're getting squirrely in the back already.
It's been half a turn, and already Mike Kelly looking to clear Dalton for 3rd. Not going to make it work, though.
Oh, that 19 just shot in there kind of quick. I was kind of concerned there.
Around goes Glenn Campbell. Problems for the 44 early on in this race.
Ouch.
Not going to be good for him.
Ooh, 19 got loose off of turn 2 there.
Good run for Kelly into 3. A lot of momentum on the outside for the 19. Dalton still not able to get on his outside. Kelly still trying to clear. Looks like he's able to now.
I don't think that outside line has much momentum when it comes to the track being old like this.
Yeah, and you see how
Because
much...
that 19's falling back.
And you saw how much Dalton was like sliding up the track in the middle of the corner too.
It just doesn't have the grip. It needs that temperature so that it can get that grip.
Yeah. We saw it kind of come into play last week at South Boston, but not too much.
No, I think here at this track, though, I mean, seeing how rough that outside line is right now, I think it's definitely going to come into play here, would be my guess.
We're already coming up on 5 laps to go, halfway home in this stage, as Tyler Dalton tries to clear Al Smith in the 95 car. 33.
Look at Fuller up here holding it.
He's doing really good, holding his line, keeping it clean, pulling away. Has about half a second of lead over Tommy Ryan. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Fuller loves these short tracks. He's really... I don't know how to word this, but like, he's so dominant here. He loves short track racing. It's like... I really don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's just short track racing.
Yeah, 3 laps to go in heat race number 1. Fuller, Ryan, and Kelly your top 3 as they run. I don't think we have more than 24 in here tonight. Yeah, we have exactly 23, which is 1 away from the most in a single feature, so no one is going to get eliminated tonight. Maybe next week?
Maybe next week. I don't know why we're hoping for people to get eliminated, but maybe next week.
I never said what we were hoping for, but it would make these heat races a little more interesting, I guess.
Oh, it definitely would.
White
I would
flag.
love to see that.
One more lap for Justin Fuller to claim his first ever heat win. I want to say Brian Macklin and Brian Hacker may be in the same heat.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, but I can't quite remember what their qualifying results were. Fuller wins. Ryan, Kelly, Dalton, Scott, Mustaine, Smith, and Campbell is the finishing order.
That is awesome.
Oh dear. Brian Hacker, Brian Macklin, front row. Heat 2.
Oh, I am excited for this. This might be the best heat of the night.
This might be the best heat of the season. We'll have to see. John Fowler, J.C. Windsor.
Still got a lot of the season left. But...
That's true. Michael Muncy, Joey Katina, Bruce Pearson, and Randy Yoakum are going to round out your lineup for heat number 2.
I'm excited. I am very, very, very excited. This second heat, I'm telling you right now, is going to be great.
Big time. We'll see what happens here. 2 of the fastest cars going to be lining up side by side. Last week it was Hacker behind Macklin. Could it be Hacker behind Macklin? Or Macklin behind Hacker?
Didn't sound like much of a change there, but...
Listen, Linda.
You already forgot my name?
Yeah. Phil gets ready to go green. 10 laps of racing, and then another 10 lap heat, and that'll be all the heats for tonight. How many cautions do you guys think we'll have in the main event? Put your guesses in the chat now. I think we had 8 last week.
I feel like 4 will be a good, safe bet.
Okay, correction, we had 6 last week, so I'm going to say we have 7 tonight.
Here we go, pace car is off.
Getting ready for the green flag. Heat number 2 about to go underway. Brian Hacker out of turn 4. Green flag is out here at Myrtle Beach. Even start for both drivers. We saw the outside lane not work very well for Tyler Dalton, but can Macklin make it work?
Oh, man. They're still side by side. Hacker's got the run, though.
Hacker
Macklin's
able to
go.
clear. Bumper to the back
Whoa.
of the 11.
Oh, man. You don't do that to a rookie.
Yes, you do. Anyways.
That's kind of mean.
Last week, Macklin got his 9th career win. And now, this week, he is trying to be the first driver to hit double digits in the all-time wins list. Get win number 10. Could tonight be the night? Trouble for the 48. Does a full 360. Gets it back going pretty quickly.
I'm telling you, I think that 11's going to remember that move there that the 030 did, whether it's during this heat or whether it's during the race. Racers have a memory. Racers have a very good memory.
Dive bomb into turn 1. Not quite.
Not there. He needs that run. He's just got to build up a run.
I mean, he is definitely all over the rear bumper. Let's go nose cam on the 11 here. We'll get a great view of the action here going into turn 1. He's on his inside into turn 1. Almost a bit of contact there.
The 030 is driving very aggressive right now.
And this is all for second place.
Oh, watch right here.
Yeah, I don't
Watch
think this one's over yet. Hacker entered a little high. Trying to get a bit of a run off of 2. Kind of worked for him.
Oh, man.
Bumper.
Oh, bumper.
Not quite. Rear cam on the 030. Can Hacker get to him with 3 laps to go at the line here? Now, would you be pushing it as hard as these two are for second place start?
Personally, I would, but I'm a pretty aggressive driver. And starting position matters a lot when you're going at short tracks, because if you have a caution, you want to be as up front as you can.
Yeah, this is the difference between starting second and fifth.
Whoa,
inside.
right here.
Oh, jeez.
I think Hacker let off a little bit, to be honest. I don't think Hacker wanted to spin him.
We'll never know. Like you mentioned, Hacker's new to this league in entirety. He's trying to gain reputation here. And in my opinion, I don't think wrecking one of the best drivers in the series is the best way to do it.
I think what Hacker is wanting to do here is he's wanting to only move him, and anything over than that would not be worth it.
Well, out of turn 4, Macklin gonna win his second career heat race.
That is, wow. Look at that. These two here, I mean, Hacker is coming in with a strong push.
Oh yeah. Definitely gonna be a strong competitor throughout the season. 7 cars in this heat. Jimmy Coleman, Chuck Sweeting, EJ Rourke, Joel Phillips, Scott Simley, Doug Sigmund, and David White all in this heat. With Coleman taking the green flag. We haven't even hit the feature yet, and I am already antsy, you know?
I want to see what happens in the feature when Hacker and Macklin are going to be racing each other.
I mean, yeah. Macklin will be starting second. Hacker will be starting 5th. 3rd row inside. He'll be 2 rows back of the 030 car.
The way I see it with how racing code works is he already put the bumper to him in the heat. What's he going to do when he gets around him during the feature when it's for the win? That's what scares a driver.
Going green this time. Next week, VRN will be live again at Southern National Raceway. Back with the Race City Sports Memorabilia Super Late Model Series for race 3 of the season. But for now, let's keep an eye on this week, because this is going to be probably a fantastic event here tonight. Let's get this 3rd and final heat race underway. Pace cars off. Jimmy Coleman takes him out turn 4. Green flag is out for the 3rd time.
Ooh, 54 didn't really seem to get up to speed there. He was a little off.
EJ Rourke is an aggressive driver as well. He will do anything he can to get a good starting spot. But look at Chuck Sweeting in the 57 running that outside. He's
making the outside work.
He cleared the 54 for their
shocking.
lead.
Whoa, 54 is loose there.
Good save by the 54 though. Can EJ Rourke get up to Chuck Sweeting?
Oh, he's going to try. He is definitely trying. He almost overshot that whole corner for it.
Oh, yeah. And I think he'll be trying to do that every single corner. Putting as much pressure as he can. Chuck Sweeting. He's had some good runs in the past season. Hasn't really
41.
He hasn't really run up front, though, compared to EJ.
The 41's the type of driver I want to see, where they are willing to risk it for that spot.
Right now, they are racing for 3rd or 6th.
6th.
Yeah. Would you rather start 3rd or would you rather start 6th?
At this track, I think 3rd, personally.
Yeah. I mean, like Macklin said earlier, track position is going to be a huge factor. We're just going to completely ignore that. I think EJ got into the wall a bit there.
Look at him just get that back, though.
And lose it all on exit because he's tossing it into the corner.
I think, back to the question that we had, I think maybe at South Boston, I would have rather start in 6th. I wouldn't have fought this hard for it. But at this track, it seems like this track is fast, and it seems like multi-groove will come in later in the race. So being in 6th here could be more of a deficit than at South Boston, where it just kind of seemed to be single groove.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But Chuck Sweeting doing a good job defending the position from EJ O'Rourke. O'Rourke did not race last week. Sweeting did. Had a quiet, good race there. Kept it out of trouble for the most part. 3 to go. Pretty sure this will be Sweeting's best career start. Did Chuck not race last year? I don't think he did now. Looking at the results, he's not in here. So both drivers did not race last week.
Just look at the battle here, though. That 41 is trying so hard to get up there, and yet it's just, it's, well, actually, there he actually did a pretty good job. Wow.
Sweeting has 7 career starts with a best finish of 2nd at Charlotte. What could have been if he was able to win that race? As I
The
thought he was going to
41
get
messed
the
that turn
bumper
up.
right
Oh,
into the
41
outside
in the
wall.
wall. That'll still keep him that second spot in the heat, and he's dead.
Don't think he wanted to do that. Anyways, Chuck Sweeting with the heat win tonight. First heat win for him. And he'll get his best career start tonight at Myrtle Beach. Now it's time for the feature. We're going to take a break here and get ready for the 120 lap main event. All right, let's go ahead and look over tonight's starting lineup. Justin Fuller and Brian Macklin on your front row here tonight. Hey.
I'm aware I broke it.
Technical difficulties. Chuck Sweeting, Tommy Ryan, row number 2. And then Brian Hacker and EJ Rourke round out top 5 and row 3. Row 4 is Mike Kelly, Michael Muncie, rounding out the top 10, Scott Simley and Tyler Dalton.
James Windsor and Joel Phillips.
It's not letting me move the grid. There it goes.
So many
And then
difficulties.
Forrest Scott in the 33 and Joey Gattina in the 14.
Jimmy Coleman in the 54 and John Mustaine Jr. in the 35.
Randy Yoakum driving that number 8 machine, and Doug Sigmund making his 51st start here tonight in the 04.
Al Smith Jr. in that 95 car, and Bruce Pearson in the 22.
And then rounding out the field, David White in the 23, Glenn Campbell in the 44, and John Fowler in the 48.
As you can see, everyone can make technical difficulties.
And difficulties can make everyone. Keep an eye on that number 11 machine, starting 5th here tonight. Back in row number 3, pace cars off. 120 laps the distance. Justin Fuller, Brian Macklin. Coming out turn 4. Green flag is out at Myrtle Beach.
Ooh, 030 had a little bit of a not a stutter, but got a tiny bit loose off that start. He may have spun on some wheels there.
Oh, a little wiggle from the 030 out of turn 2 as well.
That's scary. That's not what you want to see at all.
It is. Everyone's really, really loose on these cold tires. Oh, the 11 almost looped it around on the bottom there.
Oh, that's not what you want to see. Not the 11, man. I'm rooting for the 11.
A lot of drivers struggling on these colder tires, but not Chuck Sweeting
Yellow is out.
for the first time here tonight. And the cause is between the 14 and the 23, who are immediately just going to take it into pit road. Let's
Oh,
take a
man, that's
look.
not what you want to see.
It really isn't. Let's see what happened here. On board the 14 car.
Don't see much damage on that 14 car.
Oh. Big problems with the 14. Let's get another look at it here quick. '14 kind of hooked the 8 car there. 22 and the 23 just really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was just a bad positioning for both drivers there. The way the way the 8 car went up, and then the 14 just tried to hold his line, didn't really give much room there in that situation.
4 laps in, we're already under caution, but no flips yet. That's a good thing, right?
Well, no, because then our flip counter is still at 0.
Aw. Should we count the ones for practice next week?
No, because those are baby flips.
Are you sure? Pretty sure I saw someone get stuck in the catch fence at like the beginning of practice, but I'm not sure.
Baby flip. If you're not over the catch fence, it's a baby flip.
Okay. I feel like I can't remember if Bristol is on the schedule for this season or not, but if it is, that's going to be a race to watch out for.
Oh, for sure.
Progressive banking, and it is not on the schedule.
Ouch. Well, that sucks.
A track that might be like it, Lanier.
I think we need to go yell at the league owner and tell him to put Bristol on the schedule next year.
Well, yell at John Fowler. I think he runs this now. Not 100% sure. Should get ready for the restart here. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Restart number 2. Let's hope that everyone keeps it straight this time around.
Don't say that.
Hacker already fell 2 spots. Green flag is out.
51 with a huge jump.
I mean, he controls the restart. He controls when he goes. So, fair play. Mike Kelly trying to clear the 11 on the outside. Not quite able to do it. Might be able to do it here out of turn 4, though. No. Hacker had a solid run that time. Seems like Hacker really struggles on these short runs, but we'll see what happens on these long runs. I think he'll improve speed then.
Ooh, 2 and 11. Almost get some contact there.
Look at how much they stack up behind the 030 car in corner entry here. Macklin goes in 57.
I think that 030 is a little bit off pace.
He might be. I mean, look at how many cars are stacking up behind him. And then Fuller is able to just run away with it.
Yeah, if I was that 57 car, I'd be trying to get around that 030 the second I can. Because it just seems like he seems a little bit off pace.
Go for any opportunity. Oh my god, look at how much they are stacking up.
Yeah. It's going to cause a caution if they can't get around him. It really is. And that's not what you want.
He's at least got the entire field behind him, it looks like.
Oh, 57 gets loose off that exit.
Let's see what the bumper of the 99 car sees here. It's just a face full of EJ O'Rourke's bumper.
Oh, man.
This time it's going to be Hacker's bumper, though, because Hacker's on the inside of EJ. great camera angle here of this battle for 5th, I think.
Ooh, they touch.
Hacker trying to gain some spots.
Feel like if Hacker was to ever get aggressive, being around EJ is probably when he wants to do it. Ooh, they're door and door again off this exit here.
EJ Rourke is really pinning down that 11 machine. And now Tommy Ryan the inside of the 57 for 3rd.
Ooh, they touch on entry there. Oh man, this 41 and 11.
Everyone's gonna start touching here soon. The way they keep stacking up. Now Mike Kelly on the inside of the 11 or 41, sorry.
Oh, that's
and
the
around goes the 11.
11-1. Oh, he's in the wall hard.
Caution is out. Second caution of the night, and we already saw what happened. Just product of aggressive driving.
Yep.
I mean, the
My only concern though is when we look at EJ's, like, I mean, he's driving super aggressive. How's his tires going to be at the end of this run?
they're probably going to be terrible.
Yeah, I don't think he's thinking about it from a, oh, 2 just gave the bumper to the 41, and the 41 brake checked the 2. I don't think the 2 is very happy with
That doesn't
how
seem
the
like Mike
41 just
Kelly,
ran
though.
that. Well, look at how close the 2 is on the 41 there, and then at the start he was on him, giving him a little bit of the bumper after the caution.
Oh, jeez.
And then the 41 seemed to brake check, and then it caused him to go off. I don't think Mike Kelly is too happy with the 41 there.
If anyone shouldn't be happy with the 41, it's the 11 car, who is currently back in 18th position.
I mean, if I'm looking at it from, the defending champion standpoint, though, he doesn't want to see, a driver who has drove in this series kind of running over a rookie like that. That gives you a bad name. And it probably, I feel like for Brian Hacker, he's probably pretty annoyed by that move. And
I mean, I would be too. I mean, you're running a good race. You're up inside the top 5
yeah,
in your second career race, and you just get dumped.
yeah, he blatantly got dumped by the 41 there. The 41 was trying so hard to get that position, but he was trying way too hard for the beginning of the race. Way too hard.
We still have over 100 laps to go. I mean, there's still a good amount of time left to,
I could understand why Mike Kelly gave the 41 the bumper there on the caution.
Yeah. Line them up 2 by 2 next time by. Tommy Ryan up to 3rd. Brian Macklin still kind of that snail, if you will. I don't think he has the best long run pace.
I don't think so either, but I'm just very concerned with Macklin being there. I think if I'm in that 99 right now, my goal is to follow the 51 as much as I can and try to get that 030 as far back so he can get him past everyone else.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously causing a lot of problems when he's just backing up the field like that.
Well, let's see what happens here on this restart. Pace car is off. Fuller, Macklin, Ryan, your front 3. And green flag is out.
Ooh, did you see what happened there with the 41 and the 2? The 41 got up on the 2, almost giving him no room between there.
I think we're going to keep an eye on these two here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think they're very happy with each other at all.
Kelly held up a little bit by the 57 there.
Oh, look at that. They just touched doors right there between the 2 and the 41.
You could... Oh, look at this. Tyler Dalton inside the top 10.
Wow.
Where has he been all night? Seven-time winner, I do believe, in the Sim500 Super Late Model Series.
Got Macklin up here in second with the 99 behind him, but Justin Fowler still leading the race.
6-time winner, sorry, Tyler Dalton is. Looks like everyone's keeping it calm now for the time being. It's Macklin once again kind of holding up the rest of the field.
Hacker's up to 15th now, fighting with the 44.
Len Campbell, one-time series winner. Or I'm sorry, two-time series winner. He has 2 wins. 1 win last season. Guessing he got another one season or 2 ago. But Hacker has a little bit of front-end damage, but I don't think that'll really affect him all that much.
I don't think so. I mean, these short tracks aren't super aerodynamic.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine as long as he doesn't have, like, toe out or anything.
And I mean, he didn't really take that too hard of a hit. I don't.
No.
In my
I mean, he
opinion,
mostly hit on the rear end.
Yeah. Tyler Dalton on the inside of the 41.
Oh, like this exit here. Nope, we're good. 41 cleared the 19 there.
EJ Rourke was a part of one of the closest finishes in Sim500 history 2 seasons ago at Homestead. The gap was within 2 thousandths, which is insanely close. Look at
The
the
91
stack
of Mike Muncy up to 12th now.
And he isn't even the biggest mover. That's John Fowler, who is 13th, right behind him, up 10 spots.
Yeah. I think they're moving together would be my guess.
Actually,
41
Muncie's
making
down.
a move on the 91 there.
Muncie's
48, sorry.
down by 6 positions now as he gets passed by Chris
Yeah.
Hacker. Or not Chris Hacker,
Seems-
Brian Hacker.
It seems he's fallen back here.
Oh, 44, a little bit
Oh,
of
man.
contact there, maybe.
Not looking good for the 91 of Mike Muncy.
Not really. Fowler's having a good run right now. Started last.
Well, everyone's being held up by this 030 right now.
They spread out on the front stretch, but into the corner, they all grouped together, like trying to get together for a family picture or something.
Good one.
I know, that's why I said it. Anyways. EJ O'Rourke falling off the bumper of Mike Kelly. And this is going to be good points for Fuller, too. Huge
for
points
sure.
today. Hold on, let me see where he is in points as of last week. 4th in points right now.
Still the same top 5 as has been.
Has it? No, it hasn't.
Well, for the past few
Yeah.
laps, yes.
Yeah. Just kind of confused there for a second, not gonna lie. Brian
just get
Hacker
better.
and Al Smith, these two are all together. Brian Hacker trying to get inside the top 10. He's 11th, needs to get around the 95 to get up to 10th.
Oh, the 11's and 11th?
Yep. And finally clear the 33. Now has to get around the 95. He knows he's faster than him. He'll be able to clear him in turn 1. Now his next competitor is 2.5 away in Jimmy Coleman, pole sitter, in heat number 3, but didn't have the best start. Which, I mean, these cars are insanely loose on cold tires.
But
I probably would have done the same exact thing.
I'm pretty sure right now that this 11 is just hoping for a caution.
I mean, let's look here. He's only running 5/10 slow, or not 5/10, 5/100ths slower than Justin Fuller right now. He's gaining on the rest of the field.
He's fast, but if he had a caution, he could weave through people when it comes to the start.
I think no caution would be better. The only reason I think that is because there's less what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as condensed. The field's
Well,
more
I'm gonna have
spread
to
out.
politely decline with your something in the wall.
Car? I would hope.
Uh, I heard what sounded like a car hitting something.
I don't know. Oh, I saw it was a 78. Spun on the
Oh man,
backstretch. Third caution of the night. There's the caution that Brian Hacker was supposedly looking for. We don't know if he was or not.
I'm pretty sure he was.
We'll have to see, but my only issue is there's more traffic now.
This is
Wait,
gonna be a heated debate. We're gonna have to bring him in for him to decide.
you know what? Let's see if he's in the VC. I hate to break it to you, he's not in here.
No.
Is there anyone else you want to talk to?
Um, I don't know. You choose. I'm
Kelly?
bad at choices. Sure.
Hey Mike, this is Sean and Will up in the booth with VRN. You got us?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going good, but your race seems to be going pretty good as well. You're running 5th right now. You've been inside the top 5 all night long. So, what's the strategy here to keep the number 2 Valvoline Chevy up inside the top 5?
Yeah, just trying to save those tires. Uh, real even with the 30, the 99, and the 57. Justin's pretty much at a different zip code, so just riding it out, trying to get to the end and save that right front right now.
And you got some pressure from behind there towards the start of that last run, but the 19 and the 41, they kind of faded back towards the end there. So, do you think those two will maybe be a competitor?
Oh, very much could be. You know, if they save their tires better and stuff. We had a little kerfuffle there early going into that corner there. I don't know. EJ came down in that gap, and I mean, I got on the brakes, but we all got together and they got the worst end of it. But hopefully we'll all race on from that. And it looks like we're going to have a fuel issue here possibly too. We may or may not have to pit, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
All right, Will, you got anything for him?
Now, when it comes to your position currently, with you being in 5th, what is? Let me find out how to word this. What is your plan long term? Are you going to try to just hold where you're at, or do you want to try to gain some more positions and then at the end just try to go as far as you can to see if you can get up to Justin?
Yeah, you kind of just got to ride it out and save the tire, and then on these restarts, you know, depending on how many restarts we have, you kind of that's when you can maybe get lucky and get a spot. So can grab some spots on a restart, then try to maintain and save the tires and try to get a podium. Maybe give it a shot. If maybe Justin will wear them out. Who knows? You never know.
Maybe. Well, Sean, you got anything else?
Nope. Well, good luck on this restart here, Kelly. Good luck throughout the rest of this race. And hopefully you get yourself another good run and more points towards the championship.
Thanks, guys. Yep, just trying to get another top 5 finish or better.
Alright, well, let's see what happens on this restart. It's going to be very interesting. The 11 car going to be restarting on the outside in 10th. So let's see what happens towards the middle of the field here. Pace car is off. Fuller and Macklin bringing us to the green flag. Green flag is out once again here at Myrtle Beach.
51 with a big run, just like last time.
No
Three
surprise.
wide here, and they bring it back to 2 wide and get all the excitement.
Aw. Now, Will, you had mentioned before during the pre-race that you thought that we were going to have 4 cautions, correct?
Roundabout, yes.
Yeah. Right now we're at 3, so we need 1 more to get your target. And I said 7. We need 4 more to hit my target. So honestly, we're already just about halfway through this race, and I think we're probably going to be closer to yours by the end of it.
I just know how this stuff works. I crew chiefed a couple races, now I know everything.
Yeah, we'll go with that. EJ Rourke on the inside of Tyler Dalton for 6th. It's a quite close battle between the two.
51's not seeming to get as much of a run this time.
Oh yeah, good eye on that. Looks like the 030 might be kicking into gear this run.
But like Mike Kelly said, still may be a fuel issue. Maybe the 51's starting to realize that maybe he shouldn't be burning everything up because he's going to have to pit for fuel if Mike Kelly is correct.
Yeah, and I don't know how many laps missing they may or may not have, but Brian Hacker pitted 17 laps into the run.
Oh,
So I'm guessing he may have caught on to that pretty quickly. He was like, okay, you know what? Might as well pit now, work my way through the field, and hopefully be in a good position for the end of this race.
good eye. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even realize he had pitted until just now, too. And also, oh, trouble in the back.
Yellow's out.
Michael Muncy, who was working his way up through the field for a while there. Glenn Campbell and John Mustaine Jr. Do you think we'll see any takers this time around for pits?
I don't think this time around. I mean, my guess is with us being not really halfway, just about halfway, we're probably going to see them try to wait it out and hope for another caution.
And what I wanted to mention before the yellow flag came out is that Doug Sigmund pitted 10 laps ago on lap 42. So he is probably in the green for fuel as well.
My guess is knowing how these cars are and knowing how this track is, I think if you pit once and get fuel on that one pit stop you do, you're fine for the rest of the race.
More than likely, we didn't have a fuel issue last week at south of Boston. Same distance, but I'm pretty sure the tracks are different lengths. I'm nearly certain they are, but I don't know.
It also seems like a lot of people are pushing it much harder this time.
That is true. I feel like maybe people are more comfortable with everyone around them.
I think they're more comfortable with the tires. I think they learned how much they can push last week, and they're like, okay, well, we can push it a little bit more this week.
Oh, yeah. Myrtle Beach is definitely bigger, but only by a tenth of a mile. I think that's right. So South Boston's a 4/10 of a mile, and Myrtle Beach is half a mile. So could that possibly be the reason why they might be having fuel issues this week? I mean, in reality, it's only one extra tenth length. I mean, how many more extra miles is that, though? So 120 laps here is 63.6 miles, and at South Boston, that's only 48 miles. That's about a 20-mile difference. We saw a few takers on pit road there.
I think there's definitely a fuel issue.
Oh yeah, 3 cars pitted. But when will the leaders pit? This could be the last caution of the night.
Hopefully it is, because then my prediction was correct.
And if it is, and Brian Hacker's green for gas, could this hand the win to Hacker?
I mean, personally, I'm a little bit biased, and that's what I would like to see. But I think that might be a little bit unrealistic, because I think everyone knows at this point that there's for sure a fuel thing going on, and I think that they're going to try to hold it out for another caution and then pit then. And that might help Hacker a little bit, may get him into the lead for the first restart, but it depends on if he can hold it.
I think he'll be able to hold it because there's no advantage or disadvantage for tires at all. So, even if he stays out, he should be okay. Coming to the restart though, green flag gets back out. Good restart for everyone there. Looks like the 30 almost chopped down on the 99 there.
They're getting real racy back here. Oh, you got EJ and Hacker right next to each other again.
I was almost waiting for something to happen there, but surprisingly, nothing happened. Looks like Hacker's going to be the bigger man for now.
That's what I like to see out of a rookie. Like he said last week, he's trying to build a reputation. That's the way that you build a reputation right there.
Being the bigger man, driving by him, and O'Rourke is losing a ton of spots. And quick time for the 51, who just set the fastest lap of the night,
Awesome.
18.60 flat. Meanwhile, back here, back in battle for 5th, 6th on to 2nd. Hacker trying to get
Yellow's
back
out.
inside the top 5. Now do you think we'll see? I think we'll see some takers this time around.
I believe so as well. I think there's got to be at least one taker, that's for sure.
We're halfway done this race now. There's got to be at least a handful of drivers who are going to come down pit road. We'll see. We'll see. They're coming down the backstretch now, so. Nope. Looks like everyone's staying out again. Now most of these drivers are
Kind of
going to be...
surprising.
It is. Most of these drivers are going to be... Got a lot of Muncie fans in the chat. I just looked at chat. Sorry about that. So more Muncie content. There you go. Michael Muncie kind of struggling tonight. He should hopefully be able to get back inside the top 10. There's some misfortune.
Think we got time to bring him in?
Don't think he's in the VC.
Ouch.
Yeah, I do not see him. A lot of guys aren't. Most of the newer drivers of this season aren't.
All right, well, we're just going to have to yell.
19th is number 91 Dodge Charger. Did I say 19th? I meant to say 14th.
Yeah, I think it's the 19th. I like to point out when you're wrong.
Yeah, John Fowler up 13 spots from the start of this race. Having a fantastic night for the 48 crew. We're going to have to see what happens and when these drivers pit.
We're
We'll see what
definitely going to have
happens.
to see. I think they're going to wait till probably the third, like 3/4 through the race. It's probably when they're going to wait to actually pit. I think a lot of people are too worried to get the track position now. But I mean, like I said, I don't think track position is going to help much when, I mean, we don't know if the 030 is going to, you know, hold the field back like it seemed he did during the start or what.
We'll see, and I still think that Hacker is at a huge advantage right now. Solely because, A, he has a competitive race car, and he is already pitted. Alright, field
In fact,
is...
look at his position. I think, what, he's 6th?
Yes, he is.
Like, he's already gaining position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
See what happens on this restart here. Justin Fuller, Brian Macklin have been 1-2 all night long. Chuck Sweeting trying to hold on to 5th. Coming for
Got the 41 behind the 11 on this restart.
Oh no. Green flag is back out. Oh, not a good restart.
41 misses.
Not a good restart for row 4.
Nope. They're immediately, although they are immediately single file though, so maybe that did help them in some regard.
We'll see. Hacker trying to clear the 57 up top. Can he make it work? Yes, he can. Hacker up to 5th. And he's got a familiar face in his rearview mirror. He's about to have a face full of EJ O'Rourke.
That's if EJ can keep up with him. He seems to be losing. And this entry definitely wasn't good for him.
I think EJ has terrible entry, but he makes up a little bit of it on exit. Scott Simley on the inside of Chuck Sweeting, trying to get 7th. Simley's quietly been having a nice clean day, keeping his Verizon Valvoline Chevrolet clean and beautiful
Ooh.
looking.
That's what you want, though. You want a driver who's going to keep it quiet and just kind of cruise up there, and you don't really realize he's there until
Simley
yellow's
was.
out.
Oh no. I was just about to say Simley is one of the most consistent drivers last season. And looks like so far he's been able to keep it up this season. Caution's out again.
What caused that caution?
Michael Muncy.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a look, see what happened. Watch the
Not a
91
good day
on the
for
bottom.
Michael.
Looks like Doug Sigmund got up into the outside wall and collected the 91. Not a good day for Muncy. Been involved in everyone else's stuff. We'll be restarting back in 16th, it looks like.
I'm still very curious about how this front five here is going to go. Now you got Hacker, who should be starting.
5th.
Yeah, he'll be starting 5th. So will he be on the inside?
Yep, row 3 inside, right where he started.
Hacker seems to do very well on the inside. That's why I was asking.
He might be
I'm
able
excited.
to get on the inside of Mike Kelly here. Make something happen. Who knows? I don't even know how many laps we have left. Just about 47 to go. I think 47 laps left. Yeah, that's right.
Somewhere in that number range.
Yeah. So
It's
still have
between 1 and 100, I can tell you that.
yeah. So when do you think we'll see drivers start to really, really push it, like more than EJ Rourke has been doing all night?
Considering no one has pitted yet, well, besides obviously the people who have pitted already.
Yeah.
I think once they pit, that's when they're going to push it. If they have to pit.
I think
Some
you're right.
drivers may not have to. That 030 with how kind of inconsistent on time he's been, he may not have to pit if it's a very narrow gap.
Yeah, and like we said before, we don't know what the gap is or what it's like. So, I mean, I'm pretty certain that Hacker can make it the rest of the night. I'm more than certain that he can. But guys like Kelly, Ryan, Macklin, and Fuller, we're not sure if they can make it the whole distance or not. But, I mean, we've had this conversation going on for the past 3 or 4 cautions now that I think they might be able to make it.
Yeah, it's a strange circumstance because you had Kelly say that we might not, but it seems no one's worried enough to pit now and get it out of the way. Like, this is when I'd pit if I needed to.
You have enough time to work back through the field.
Exactly.
And, like, if you do need to pit, and there's no more cautions, who's that going to give the advantage to? All the drivers that have pitted.
Yep.
More specifically, Hacker. EJ Rourke on the
11
outside.
and 41.
Oh,
they
no.
touch. The 11 is probably pissed with that 41.
At this point, boys have at it, you know?
Yep. I don't think I'm supposed to say this, but I would not condone the 11 for spinning the 41. Personally, I don't like how he's racing.
Wait, you said that completely backwards.
Did I?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm bad with words. I didn't
Yeah.
graduate English school.
Anyways, coming up on 40 to go here. Class of the field, Justin Fuller. He has led every single lap, non-surprisingly, honestly. This driver...
I'd really like to see someone get in front of that 030 and see if they can catch up to that 51.
It would be interesting if they can. Justin
But as we
Fuller has
go
7
ahead.
career wins, looking for number 8 tonight, and Macklin running second. He's looking for number 10.
As we saw during the heat race with the 030 and the 11, that 030 may be holding that second place position very strongly because he seems to be very worried about position.
Trouble for John Fowler. He just crashed, but not able to click on it. Click on the replay, won't let me. But no caution,
Do we have
though.
a mouse?
Anyways. Top 7, top 8-ish are all close together here. I don't know how anyone's going to pass here. It's all one groove on the bottom. We've seen the outside work, but really mainly only on the restarts.
Exactly, yeah. Then it just becomes single file racing after that.
I'll have to see what happens. I mean, with less than 40 to go now,
Yeah.
I would start telling my driver at this point to maybe step it up a little bit of a gear. Because, I mean, you're almost a second behind race leader right now. You got to start making up time one
Got
way
to
or
do
another.
something.
Yeah. Look at the
I'm
brake
watching the
rotors on the
fight between the
51.
11 and the 2 right now. They're getting very, very close. I think that 11's trying to get that inside line because he knows that that inside line is where you need it.
Good entry for the 11 car. Had to
The
check
2,
up
though,
there.
the 2 made sure that he had the inside line through the turn. That's a smart move on the 2.
Kelly is a smart driver. He's
Good
one
commentary.
of the... he didn't let me finish what I was going to say. He knows how to defend a position without... Oh, yeah, great commentary. Anyways, Will, your turn. See, I knew what I was going to say, but you messed it up, and actually Kelly slid up the track a bit there.
My
Oh!
job is to mess it up. We're supposed to have entertaining commentary.
Little sideways out of turn 4 by the 11 there last lap.
Yeah. It may be the tires. Maybe his tires. I mean, he had to push through the field. His tires may be getting a little worn down.
I think everyone's might be, though. Let's take a lap on the 51. See what he's doing the exact same thing. Yeah, exact same thing. And he's led every lap tonight.
Of course, let's be fair. He has had a very, very large gap between second place. So he may be pushing it.
Bumper to the back of the 30, I think, from the 99.
I think the
30 to go
99's
this
saying,
time.
let's go.
I mean, it's less than 30 to go now. I would start pushing as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get to the point where if he's just going to keep being in your way, you got to move him. Because he obviously won't let you pass him very, very well. So you got to get ready to move him.
And there's really no other place to pass him.
Exactly, because that outside line is not coming in as we expected it to.
Well, hope to.
I don't hope, I just expect.
Fair enough, fair enough. Tommy Ryan has great entry on the 30, but loses ground on the exit. And no, that was not a pun intended, because the 30 has a FedEx ground scheme. We're just... Anyways. Oh, he's actually going to get to the inside here.
That turn.
Inside goes Ryan.
Inside.
Will
2
Macklin
behind the
be...
99.
Will Macklin be able to hold him off on the outside, though?
Oh,
Contact.
They
touch.
That 030
Clear.
is scaring me. I don't like how aggressive he's driving.
Well, I mean, you can't really blame him at this point.
Well, I know. Just you see what he did in the heat race, then you see that there where he like got right on his door in the turn. It's like,
And already Tommy Ryan pulling away and
that's what I
gaining.
expected to happen.
He's already gaining on the 51. 25 laps left. Does Tommy
Mike
Ryan?
Kelly trying to go to the inside there on the 030.
I think
Is that a
everyone
car?
is.
No, I
Huh?
must have seen something. I thought I saw a
No.
car on the apron of 2.
I thought I saw something too, but I think it's just the barrels. Or
Maybe,
there's
but
caution
caution's out.
flags. That's number 7.
That's going to be pretty exciting. What's going to happen here with that 030 being on the inside unless they pit? Okay, there was definitely a car. I just watched the replay. There was 100% a car down on that apron.
John Mustaine Jr. Let's take a look at the replay.
Oh, I was not seeing anything. Please validate what I was seeing.
What happened? It just has it at him being on the inside wall. It doesn't go back far enough to actually show me what had happened to the 35 car.
That's strange. He must have been there for a good bit and just didn't go.
He's here for quite some time, yeah.
I'm concerned then. Why did he wait so long? You don't think he was trying to pull a caution, do you?
Hold on, we'll take a look at the replay here. I mean, the 91, it looked like there was contact between the 35 and the 91 here. Oh yeah, 91 just hooked the 35 in the left rear. And he tried to get it going, and then cars just kept coming. He didn't want to back up into him.
Okay, I was just concerned he was trying to pull a caution there, but again, I mean, that's
No.
another incident with the 91.
He wasn't there for too long.
No.
Oh, and then he tried to get going, and then Glenn Campbell
Yep.
hit him, and that looks like something that happened last night in that Iowa race. You know what I'm talking about. Most people watching the broadcast won't.
Yeah.
But Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, Brian Macklin, Mike Kelly, and Brian Hacker, your top 5. And
Oh man.
we're gonna be under 20 to go once we do go green. Do you think EJ Rourke is gonna get more aggressive here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you said it the best. I mean, he's an aggressive driver. And I think now he's going to really either push it or he may not push it if his tires are, if they're shot already.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to call him out for being an aggressive driver, but
No, aggressive driving is a legitimate way to drive. It's just some people will frown upon it.
Some people are too aggressive. There's a difference between being a aggressive driver and a reckless driver.
I should know.
No, well, for you, it's the difference between being somewhat good and extremely terrible. But that's besides the point. Getting ready for the restart here. Well, we all love you, I think.
I don't feel like it.
Let's get ready for the final, well, I'm not going to say final, but what could be the final restart of the night here. 7th caution, could I be right? Green flag is out. Mike Kelly clear the 030 into turn number 1. Does Tommy
That 030 is
Ryan...
just going to keep falling back.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the 41 being like caution already.
It's the 91 again.
Oh, man.
Don't think this is what his fans wanted when people were asking for more TV time.
I feel like at some point, questions have to be asked on what is going on with the 91.
We shall see. Gonna be restarting with about 13 laps to go. Fuller, Ryan, Kelly, Macklin, EJ Rourke, Brian Hacker. Your top 6. So now Macklin is going to be on the outside in front of Hacker. Who do you think has the biggest advantage on this restart here?
Currently, honestly, I'd give it to the 99.
I don't know. He has to get a bomb of a restart here, though.
Well, he is going to be on the outside. You have a point. Then I'd watch the 2. because we know that outside
Mhm.
line is not very dominant. But that too, he's going to be on the inside right behind the leader.
I think if Tommy Ryan can get a good enough restart here, then he has a shot of making the outside lane work. I think he has a shot at making it work. Not a huge chance.
That's all you need is a shot, though.
Mm-hmm. Like, anyone inside the top 8, top 9 has a shot at winning this race. Granted, the further back you go, the less chance you have, but you have a shot at it. As someone said once, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, just, yeah.
It's good when you can quote people that you don't know who quoted them.
Yeah. I think it was like Michael Jordan or something. I want to say that's right.
LeBron James?
Oh.
What?
It was by Wayne Gretzky,
Same thing. No difference.
hockey player.
No difference. Same sport.
What? I think because I was watching The Office, Michael Scott or whatever. I can't. Oh my God! Okay.
What
ready
rant are we
for
going
the
on? We're
restart
getting
here.
ready to go green.
Oh man, Justin Fuller, Tommy Ryan, best broadcast ever right here. It's not even on the main VRN channel either because YouTube was
Wait till it
being
is on
funny.
the...
Yeah,
Just
I
wait till-
will. For anyone watching, I will download the stream tomorrow and upload it to VRN. Hopefully I can switch channels by then, but pace car is off. Fuller, Ryan, Kelly, your top 3 on this restart. Can Ryan get a good start? Nope.
Nope. 51. The 51 has a really good restart every single time, but I think Mike Kelly, with him having that inside line, that's going to get him past that 99, I believe. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
no. Almost up. Oh.
Oh, both battling
Oh!
cars.
Kelly
Mike
into the pit
Kelly's
wall.
dead.
Oh, man. I don't even know what happened. I heard you say a cuss word, and I was like, oh, no, this can't be good.
I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. That's like the worst wreck that we've had all day.
I mean, we were just
Mike
like,
Kelly
oh.
just ran the 99 up to the wall. I mean,
There's nothing
and then-
else to say.
and then he got the worst of it. And the worst part is he took out his teammate while doing it.
And Simu was having a good race, too.
Exactly. I mean, that's just a bad race. That's a bad run for Mike Kelly right there.
I don't even know what had caused that. Oh, man.
It looked like Mike Kelly either didn't think the 99 was on his outside or something, but he ran him up to the wall, and then 99 had no room, and it put Mike Kelly into the wall.
I highly doubt it's on purpose.
No, of course it's not on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose. See,
Oh. It looks like he tried to get out of the way, but he got, like,
yeah,
glued or something to him.
there's nothing that really could have been done.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's a dominant car
Yeah,
right there, and
it really, really does.
and that's gonna put Brian Macklin right back in second place.
But look who's on the inside in third.
You got the 41 there, then you got the 11 on the outside. I mean, remember what we said? Remember what the 030 did to the 11 during the heat race?
Mm-hmm. Remember what the 41 did to the 11 during the race?
11's got a lot of targets right here if he needed something to happen. He's got the targets right here for it.
Mm-hmm. He is one chrome horn away from getting the top 3.
I'd watch the 11 here, for sure.
I think we're going to go on board the 11 here on this restart. Any objections in the chat? No? Okay.
Why would there be any objections? Everyone loves Brian Hacker.
Brian Hacker so far has been quite the rookie this season. Looking to get his second top 5 of the season. Trying to hold on.
Quite the rookie. He is the rookie.
He is the rookie. Rookie of the year nominee right there. But keep in mind, we're only 2 races in of a 15 race season.
These 2 races are already looking good though, but look, I mean, Brian Hacker, this is his shot right here. This restart is really going to say how the rest of this race for Hacker goes.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's a hacker. I mean,
Can't he just make the 51 and the 03 pop a tire or something? Like, isn't that how math works?
okay, this joke is already dead.
Yep. Moving on. Get ready for the restart here. That's the wrong car.
Never make a joke again.
I'll never.
51 with that restart. Uh-oh. All right, we're already single file here for the first 4.
7 laps remaining.
I don't think that restart went how the 11 wanted.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But he's still running inside the top 5.
He's in the top 5.
He's had a great recovery so far.
Top 4 even.
Does Macklin have something for Fuller now? Oh, I thought the 11 is getting close.
Yeah,
That
he's
was
getting
getting
close on the
very
bumper of that
close.
41.
5 laps
He
to
isn't
go.
wasting time with the 41. He remembers. Drivers have a memory.
You should know that. How, I don't know, but, you know, same thing.
Look, just because I spun you a few times doesn't matter, okay?
You never spun me.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, dear. 4 laps to go. Fuller starting to pull away, but the
Oh,
battle for
man.
3rd is on.
This is crazy back here.
I'm very scared for the field's well-being right now. We could
It's
still
going to
see
be
a
the
caution.
41 and the 11 right here.
We still could see a caution too, so
You could have a green white checkered. Well, I don't think so.
3 laps
It's
to
like
go.
2 laps remaining. Or yeah, 2, sorry, I don't know how to count.
When will Hacker give him the bumper? If at all.
I don't think he's going to do it. I think he was probably going to do it at the start, but I think he kind of simmered down and realized that he's going for
Big
reputation
picture, big
here.
picture.
He's going for rims.
Going for 3rd here.
He could have had it there. Just not enough of a
O'Rourke
run.
had a good run on the outside. White flag is in the air for Justin Fuller.
Oh, look right here. Inside.
Justin Fuller's going to pull
He
away
cleared.
with the win.
Oh,
3 wide. And O'Rourke's
Macklin
going to
falls
sneak
back.
away a
Top
second.
3 for the 11, and the 51 is in first with the 41 in second.
I don't know how O'Rourke got away with that one. Macklin must have thrown it into turn 3.
Must have. He was up on that high line there.
All the way up.
That's crazy.
I mean, hey, he had to do what he had to do. Oh, dear. What are these two going to do?
I don't know. I'm very confused.
What is O'Rourke doing, honestly?
I don't know. Does the 41 think he's the winner?
We're just going to freeze it right there so we don't see anymore. But we only hit a flip counter of 1 here tonight. Would have been nice to see a few more.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see a good bit of death.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't even know how to unpack
That was
everything
a
happened
strange
tonight.
ending there with the 41. I don't know what he was trying to do, but
Uh-huh. But needless to say, the 11 and the 41 might have a season-long rivalry cooking up here. I mean, it's short track racing. We're gonna have tempers and arguments.
it's short track racing.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep quoting that joke until somebody laughs at it.
Well, anyways.
No one's in the waiting room.
Yeah, we are waiting for drivers to join the waiting room. So, while we wait for that, next week, Southern National. It's a pretty short track of the short tracks, you know?
It is a short track after all.
I think it's like 0.3 of a mile or something like that, around there.
Somewhere within that number range of numbers.
Yeah. So no fuel issues tonight.
Yeah, weird because I know Mike Kelly said that there might be some fuel issues, but then he just said nothing.
He said there might, though. Doesn't guarantee it.
I am aware of that.
All right.
Sire.
If we don't get anyone in the waiting room in the next 3 minutes here, we will end it, I guess. I mean, we've never had no one in the waiting room before, so I don't know how this
Oh,
works.
someone just joined the wrong waiting room. Michael Muncie joined. There you go. We got Michael Muncie.
Ah, sure, why not? I know he didn't finish top three, but we'll drag him in here. Hey, Muncie, Sean, and Will up in the booth with VR, and you got us.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, buddy. How you doing?
Doing good. I mean, you almost were able to climb back up to get a 10th place finisher tonight, but fell a little bit short of the top 10, so you had a lot of up and downs tonight. Do you think your night could have went any better?
I mean, I hit everything but the lottery out there tonight, and that's what me and my buddy Jeremy was talking about in the radio chat there. Minimizing mistakes and just taking it easy. The goal is obviously a top 10, top five. Realistically, we could have got a top 10 if we would have just slowed things down, take it a little bit easier. Short track racing is always fun because you're like, oh, it's a lot of beating and banging, a lot of craziness. And it was. And then it sounds fun before you do it, but when you're doing it, you're just pissed off and mad and all that stuff. And it's tough, but 11th place is good enough for me for now. I just hate that we hit everything on the track tonight.
Mm-hmm. 11th place still isn't that bad, you know? Will, you got anything for him?
So, what would you say when it comes to racing like this, where you've only got that one set of tires? I know you seem to be very aggressive from the start. How did that affect your ending? Were you kind of sliding around everywhere? Were the tires really falling off? What were you feeling in those tires?
Honestly, the goal was to, obviously save the equipment for the end of the race. And I started, I think in the feature, started eighth, seventh, eighth, something like that. So I was content to ride, and I actually started letting a lot of people go by just because I knew there'd be a lot of wrecks and a lot of fall off. And honestly, I ran my fastest lap on lap 116. The fall off just wasn't there like I think we all thought it would be, but just the car is so naturally powerful and just gets loose so easy. I think it makes people feel that way a little bit more. So I think in the future you could be more patiently aggressive, if that's a term, but the tire fall off just wasn't there like we thought it would be.
I know it seems like that because I know a lot of people were more aggressive towards like middle versus like at South Boston last week. Everyone was kind of, keeping it really relaxed until the last race. I don't think, or until like the last few laps or something, I don't think people are really realizing how much you have in this tire. So I think as we continue uh, going on through the season, we're going to see more aggressive racing. We're going to see people really pushing these cars. Do you agree with that?
I think so. I think I will say this about this track. This is a tough track, and I think more so than just the tire fall off and the setup, it's just tough to pass. I mean, I'm sure you probably seen it a little bit tonight. You get in that high groove at the start of a run, it was until it got rubbered up. It was hard to stay in that high side and stay with the low line. You get freight train. Like I said, a lot of times people get underneath me. I just let them go so I could get back in line because this track is just set up that way to make it very hard to pass. But I think we're seeing a lot of good stuff out of the tires, and they don't fall off quite like we thought. So I think people can push it a little bit further in the future.
All
I
right.
agree there completely. Sean, you got anything to add?
Nope. Well, good run here tonight for you, Michael. Is there any shout outs or things you'd like to give out to anyone?
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. And I just want to say thanks. I actually picked up my first real sponsor with my sim racing, which I'm really excited about. And it's obviously Musical Moonshine Media. Um, they are a really awesome company. They help a lot of people out. Musicalmoonshine.com. If you don't care, give them a click, give them a like on Instagram and Facebook. They're all the time posting stuff about my sim racing stuff. So it's just really cool to have their support. And I appreciate them. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast. I appreciate Sim500 hosting this. It's a great league and had fun.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, bud.
Thank you, fellas. You too.
All right. Let's go ahead and grab your race winner, Justin Fuller. Hey, Fuller, Sean and Will in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. Well, it seems every time you win a race, it's either you lead every single lap or you just lead every single lap. I mean, there's no in between. Another dominated win for you here tonight at Myrtle Beach. How do you think your night went?
About as good as it could have gone. It's not my. It's funny. This is not my favorite track. It's probably my least favorite track. So, you wouldn't know it, but I'm just kind of glad we were able to put the whole race together.
I mean, I don't really see how this could be your worst track. I mean, I don't know. Myrtle Beach fun. You had a great race, led every lap. Do you think? Oh, I can't speak. But we heard about a possible fuel issue. Did that ever come to fruition? Obviously it didn't, but I mean, was there any time during the race that you thought, oh no, we might have to pit?
At one point I looked down. I was like, gonna be a little close, but luckily enough, I caught that early enough. So under cautions, I would shut the car off, try and save as much fuel, kind of roll the entry a little longer to conserve fuel as well. So, um, all in all, it ended up working out.
All right, well, you got anything for him?
So I know you were completely dominant throughout this entire race, but I know, were you trying to make sure that 030 was in second place? Because I know he seemed to be holding up everyone behind you. And then what were your thoughts when the 91 got past him and started catching you for that short bit of time?
Macklin's a teammate of mine, so we were on the same channel. I knew he was trying to save tires hard because I'm pretty sure he knew he wasn't gonna get just straight up past me, so he was gonna need tire wear to become a factor. And I think if we had a long enough run, it may have, but it never came to fruition for him. So um, I just kind of just ran my own thing. Didn't really worry about what kind of lap times they were running behind me.
All right, well, that's all I got. What do you got, Sean?
Nothing else. I mean, is there any shout outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone?
Yeah, thanks to all the Sim500 admins, John Fowler for what he does for this series. I know it's kind of a tough job putting this all together. Thanks to the sponsor of this series. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'll go back and watch it tomorrow at work. Thanks to Scott Stenzel, Personal Comfort, better price. If you guys are looking to get a bed, sheets, pillows, pillowcases, anything like that, check them out. I got their beds and pillows. It's pretty awesome. Thanks to Trey Edson for all he does for my paint schemes, keeping me looking good out here. And thanks to everybody that watched. Looking forward to next week at what track do we go to now?
Southern National.
Oh, another track that I hate. So yeah,
Oh,
we'll
jeez. So, in other words, you're going to dominate that one too?
probably not. I'll probably knock the wall down off turn 4 or turn 2 at some point that night. So
Ouch.
not I don't hate that track as much as I hate this place, but it's not one of my favorite tracks. But I see the points are updated. We got 308 tie for the points lead. So it's gonna be a good season. I think a lot of good competition and a lot of fun.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your week, man, and take care.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You so? All right, let's go ahead and get Brian Hacker up in here now. Hey, Brian, this is Sean and Will up in the booth with VRN. You got us?
I got you guys.
All right, well, we came home with a solid top 3 finish once again here tonight. But, I mean, it looks like you kind of had a little bit of a run-in a couple times there with EJ work. What's the status on that?
I don't know. I don't think there is a status on it. I've run with him before. He's half brain dead sometimes, so it is what it is. I just, the move he made on lap 17 or 18 or whatever, there's still 100 laps to go, and he just dive bombed me and dumped me, and we had made our night a lot longer. Had to chew our tires up to work our way back through the field, and then decided to try to blame it on me. I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. He went back and he said it had to do with some sort of wreck from another league a couple seasons ago, and I just went back and looked at the race he was referring to, and I don't know what he's talking about. So I don't really know what's going on with him, but we're not going to worry about that kind of stuff. We'll just keep charging forward.
Do you think this could have any implications on future races against the 41?
I'm sure it will. I'm not the type that's just gonna go out there and have the crosshairs on them every week. That's not fun for me. I want to drive my own race. So, but if he apparently he's holding grudges from things that I don't even remember that I don't think happened. So, we'll see what happens the rest of the season. But we're not going to get bullied around by guys. So we should have finished in front of them. The slew of restarts there at the end kind of hurt us a little bit. But top three finish after all in all, good night. I mean, it could have been way worse given the circumstances. So, it is what it is.
And one last thing for me here, you're a second top three finish. There's a three-way tie for first in points now. So what are you going to try to do to maybe take over the points lead next week at Southern National?
Well, our plan went out the window tonight. 17 laps into it, I was gonna try to, ride around, conserve tires. I knew, with Fuller starting on the pole, he's always fast anywhere we go, that it was gonna be a challenge. And I think the only way that anyone was gonna touch him tonight is if they saved maybe a little bit more for the end than he did. That was my original plan going into tonight. That'll probably be our plan for the rest of the season, and unless we get thrown a curveball early on in the race, and then we just got to kind of throw caution to the wind and make sure we get a finish that's respectable.
All right, Will, got anything for him?
I must say, uh, seeing even in the last few laps of this race, where you and EJ were fighting there for I think it was third and fourth, and I know you said last race that your main goal here was to build reputation and all that, and you didn't even put the bumper to him on those last few laps after the amount of times he did what he did to you. That I must personally say, good job there. You're definitely building a reputation, and you're proving it on the track.
I mean, that's the goal. I'm not the type that's just going to go out there and wreck anybody. We passed them coming up through the field cleanly and drove away from them, and I think that's what how the race would have finished if it wasn't for those cautions there at the end. So I'm not the type that's just going to go out there and demo derby for the sake of demo derbying. I think like I said, I want to be clean. I want to be fast. At the same time, I'm not going to let anyone push me around. I don't care who it is. So.
Well, I'm gonna leave it there. What do you got, Sean?
Nothing really other than good job charging up towards the front there. Had a hell of a run tonight, so congratulations on your third place finisher tonight, and good luck next week at Southern National. Are there any shout outs or things you'd like to give out?
Yeah, quickly, shout out to who's on the car every week. So Pathfinder Chassis, Narrative Coffee. Those folks have been with me for a long time. Same with Carbon Junction on the hood, Empire Racing Team, where we're starting to get more guys that I know out here. The 95 tonight's one of my buddies going way back. We'll get a few more here before it's all said and done. But thanks to the admins for putting this thing on. Pretty cool to have 23 cars tonight.
All right. Have a good rest of your week, Brian. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All right. And third place or second place finisher, EJ Rourke. EJ, Sean, and Will up in the booth with VRN. You got us?
Hey, Sean and Will, how we doing?
Doing good. And saw a few on track altercations between you and the 11 car. Would you like to explain your side of what happened tonight?
Who?
Brian Hacker.
Who?
Okay. So anyways, you came home second tonight. Solid top three finish in your first start this season. So overall,
Yeah,
I think your night went pretty good.
yeah. The Gary Rusher Trucker and Personal Comfort Chevy Camaro was real fast tonight. We had a good car. Drove from sixth to up to second there. The 30 had a little fuel pickup problem there going to turn three on the white flag, so we picked up another spot there. So good run for us in the 41 camp. Pretty happy.
Well, do you plan on making another start next week? You missed last week, but you gonna make the rest of them, or gonna run part time?
We'll see if we can get this some of the door panels and crush panels fixed on this late model. We'll probably show up next week and see if we can put on a show and contend with the win for Fuller there.
All right. Will, do you have anything for him?
No, I don't really have anything.
All right. Well, next week we're running at Southern National. What are your expectations for there?
It's a tough track for me, but you never know what can happen. Myrtle Beach was kind of tough for me too in the beginning, and kind of figured it out towards halfway. And we'll see. We'll see if we can do something with Southern National.
All right. Well, is there any shout outs or thanks you'd like to give out to anyone here tonight?
I just want to thank you guys, VRN. I appreciate you, Sean and Will, for broadcasting this deal, and I'll have to go back and watch it later on. And hopefully next week we can, you can talk to me for one more spot.
All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, EJ, and good luck.
Appreciate it, Sean. Thank you, Will. See you guys later.
See ya. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast. Thank you, Race City Sports Memorabilia, for hopping on for this season to sponsor the Tuesday night Super Late Model Series. From Sean